Hi guys, it's been a while since I've done a video, and it's been even much longer since I've done anything cider related. Good reason for that. I've had sort of mixed success with my back sweetening and carbonation over the last couple of years, so I'll cut to some footage of that just now from last year's and see you in a minute. Ah, hey! I thought... Ta-da! Load of rubbish. Oh dear. Right. Cut. Okay, so last year it was too fizzy, and that was pretty much right across the board with all my batches. The year before that it was really flat. I think I'd crash cooled it and racked it 2 or 3 times trying to do something slightly different than I'd done before, and with the back sweetening that I do with a whole pile of sugar to try and bring up the gravity to about 15, which is what I'm aiming for, to have arrest that kind of really sort of tart. It's just, I don't like it. So back sweetening is really important for me. Round about a specific gravity about 15 is perfect for me. The problem is that the carbonation was just absolutely awry. So what do we have here? Well, it's the middle of May. This is the first time I'm trying last year's cider. So this is 2015's apples pressings. Made cider, fermented it until just well into January, racked it off into secondary, and at the same time back sweetened it with enough just regular sugar, household sugar, to bring the gravity up to about 1015. And here we are now getting a chance to try it. And last year's stocks are kind of running a bit low, not last year's but the year before. So what do we have? We have 3 different batches, 3 different cider days. First cider day, and then the second cider day, which is the big one, the main one with the most apples, was split into 2. Talk about that in a minute. And then the third day. The middle day, I split the batch and added an extra bag of sugar. I don't normally do that, but just to get something a little bit more strong, which is sort of giggle juice really. Can be very good. So basically it's a moment of truth time, and I'm really excited just to see what it's like. So cut to a little bit of the cider day footage just now, let you see a little bit what it's about, and we can come back and see how we get on with these. Okay, cheers. Check all these out. So we've got something like 280 kilos. Alright then boys, what's going on?
It's apple crushing day!
Is it first time? We're quite late getting started this year, aren't we? But we're making a really small batch, and why is that? Because we're making a yeast starter. So we've got some of this. Looking forward to trying it. Some proper cider yeast. We're going to get a yeast starter going, aren't we?
Yeah.
And then when we make a proper batch at the weekend, we can pitch a sample of our starters. Careful. Okay, I gotta go.
You're making cider.
Only making a little bit.
Look at all that juice coming away.
Maybe not too close. There you go. Okay, just a little update on my yeast starter, which you can see it has had major activity. If I switch this on, it's impossible with one hand, excuse me. You can see how much it's kicked up already. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so the plan is, so what I didn't mention was that I've pasteurised this, and I've never done this before, but what I was figuring was I wanted to get a really strong yeast starter just with the yeast that I've got, the cultivated yeast, and none of the natural yeast or anything. And the plan is to put it in with the rest of this really small batch, so it's about 2.5 litres in total, something like that. And then use that as the sort of split that between the batches that I'm doing over the weekend in a couple of days time. So that's kind of the plan, so fingers crossed. So we're nearly done.
Yeah, so Alan, this is our 8th year of making cider. We started together.
It's his fault, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just a junior partner these days, so Alan's the main man. He's driven the whole thing forward. I think I've been impressed with so much over the years is Alan's built this table, and that makes everything stable, and that is what makes the process so less painful. Because when we first started, it was a real chore, but it's now every year we have cider day, and cider day is a real event in the calendar.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I agree. It's absolutely smashing, and the sun's come out, and all that worry about rain earlier.
Yeah. And we're going to end up with, I would guess, about 10 gallons.
A wee bit more,
Maybe about 12 gallons of cider.
Yeah.
Which, for a day spent having fun, having a chat, something nice to eat, been entertained by the children.
They're very quiet.
They are. It's a bad sign.
Worryingly so.
It's been a great way to spend the day. And then you have 6 gallons of cider, which will last me
Not a problem to having.
for some time. Yeah, I just come for the laugh. I don't really do the Very good. I'll take it anyway.
Bye just now.
The apple blossom is just starting to come out now. Absolutely marvellous. Yeah, I love it. Beautiful. Okay, batch one with the orange caps. 6.4%. We're listening for ups. Okay, so far so good. So something that I did do was use a different cider yeast. So that's the only real difference. I'm certainly not going to drink all these on camera, you'll be glad to know. Wow, that looks, I'm absolutely delighted with this so far. It looks absolutely fantastic. If people do this, I don't know if this really works. Doesn't you kind of get the idea? But look at that. Crystal clear. I was worried it was going to have a wee bit of a... Anyway, so I better have a drink of this, I suppose. That's a winner. Excellent. Delighted. Excellent. Okay, batch two. That was the 5.1%. That's only got a slight hiss. Yeah, that's a little bit reminiscent of the one a couple of years ago. What a different colour that is though. I'm going to bring the camera over a wee bit. That's just much less appley. I think it misses the carbonation. I think that's the main difference. It's just much more sort of concentrated. It tastes stronger, but it's not 5.1. Okay, if you're enjoying this, number 3, which is the same batch as this, but with an extra bag of sugar. I don't expect, yeah, I didn't expect that to be much different, and it was even less carbonated. Different drinks altogether. Look at the colour of that. More like amber. Oh, it's actually quite nice though. It's just a stronger version of that, which is exactly what it is. And the last one, this is ridiculous. But it's really boring. Right. This is the batch 3, and it came out at 7.1%, and that's without any additional sugars or anything. Now, I'm guessing that maybe the apples must just have been sweeter. Maybe just later in the season, sweeter apples. Maybe I'd left them hanging about a bit. They just started to sweeten up like a banana does when it's just been left. So. Oh yes, result. not much on the nose on that one. Anyway, okay, cheers and to all your good health. So batch 3. You know what, they still taste the same to me, but it's carbonated, absolutely spot on. That's not quite as clear as the first one. So just to recap then, so what I'm going to try in future for getting a cider like this with back sweetening, just with regular sugar, we're not using any chemicals or anything, which I guess is what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to, I'm trying to avoid using Camden tablets and that sort of thing. Try and be true to the hobby in that sense. Although I'm quite happy to throw a bag of sugar in. So what I've done, fermented it from October to Christmas, wrapped it into secondary, added some sugar to bring up the gravity to about 15, and cold crashed it for about a few days up to a couple of weeks, and then just simply bottled it and left it for 5 months. And 2 out of 4 of them have worked a treat, and the middle one is, I don't know, not that carbonated. I have no idea why. Maybe something to do with the fruit, I have no idea. But in any case, that pretty much sums it up. I'm going to say that the first one is my favourite right now on first pass, but I'm just waffling now. So anyway, that was a success. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks to any new subscribers that have had over the last while. I must give some shout outs and things. It's nice seeing Dave doing that the other day. So I'll do that next time. I've got 1 or 2 other brews and stuff to catch up on some video footage and do some taste tests of them as well. So I'll look forward to doing that. And thanks for watching. Okay, cheers guys.